Figured I'll make a Muckbang. It's a Muckbang is where you sit down and you talk about a particular subject and you eat a meal in front of people. So what do we got here? We got some coffee, a little bit of creamer, brown sugar inside. I never use regular sugar, always brown sugar. The same thing, it just has more all the vitamins and nutrients that your body needs. We got one flour tortilla and we got two corns, all right? This is halfway between the meal that I just decided at the last minute, you know what I should just turn it into a mukbang. Anyways, we got some hard-boiled eggs with some salsa over it. This meal here is called the huevo ranchero, for people that know how to speak Spanish, huevo rancheros, better known as. But anyways, we'll go ahead and start this mukbang. So I'm gonna take a little piece of this egg here, and those of you who don't like this type of egg, you will probably find this repulsive, but the people that do, it is something very, very special, like a delicacy, because of the juices that come out of the egg. It just gives that flavor to the meal. This is what you call a taco. Anyways, today we're gonna talk about toxic people. Now, what is a toxic person? In my opinion, everyone is toxic. There's just different percentages on toxicity on people. Some people are extremely toxic. Some people are just a little bit toxic. Some people are real little toxic, that is kind of like non-existent at all. You know, if they get next to a very toxic person, then, you know, that person that is very, very little toxic makes them look like, you know, they're not toxic at all. But everybody has some toxic in them. Why? I'm gonna tell you why. The reason is childhood. We learned everything we need to know in life through our childhood. Number two, genetics. Number three, environment. So, person's genetic, a person's childhood, and a person's environment has a lot to do with how much they're going to be toxic in life. Okay? So if a person went through a lot of trauma, if they were neglected through parents, negligence, if they were abandoned by their parents, abandonment issues, if their parents resorted to a lot of violence, aggression, rage, if they were drunk and came home and beat them up, you know. A lot of males that have this type of characteristic, you know, their dad will come home drunk and, you know, take the anger out on them. So usually females get involved with this male not knowing that, you know, his past childhood, and experience a lot of trauma that, you know, he went through in childhood, and that's kind of a way of him replaying what he already knows. The thing is that people love in familiar ways, and you'll hear me say this a lot. People love in familiar ways. So if he's used to violence, if he's used to showing his love through violence, then when he marries you, he's gonna show his love through violence, you know. It could be vice versa, but, you know, most men are more aggressive. Now, females are more like passive aggressive. Let me take a drink of this coffee here. Nothing special with this coffee. It's just regular Folgers and inside a cup thing. But I plan on getting like a little bean grinder and making some really, really good coffee. So we'll make another video about that. But right now it's about toxic people. And a lot of females would like to think like, well, he's toxic, but I can fix him, right? And I'm guilty of that. I will get give me 1 second. A person that's been through some trauma in their life, and I'll tell myself, you know, I can change this person, I can make this person see a different way of life, and maybe he'll change. But the truth of the matter is that you can't make anybody change. They have to change if they want to. And, you know, It's sad, but sometimes you do gotta get away from these type of people, and it's important for your health as well. But if you're toxic, then I would go back to your childhood and find out where it went wrong, where someone didn't show you enough love, or you felt that you weren't getting the love that you were supposed to be getting, and evaluate that scenario and try to change that. You know, for the well-being of your relationships and the people around you. You know, if not, you're gonna find yourself lonely. At your funeral, a lot of people are not gonna come and see you because, you know, you just spread negativity, and that's not the way to live. So, if you're a person that's a fixer upper like me, where we try to fix people that are toxic, and we plan on fixing people. Then I would say, don't. There's enough to worry about in life than trying to fix everyone. So sometimes we just have to stay away from toxic people. If you have goals and you plan to advance. Now, if you don't have goals, if there's nothing you're good at, then maybe fixing people is your life purpose. But I feel I have more to offer to life than to get involved with a toxic person and try to fix them. You know what I mean? I will do some to some extent. So I guess that's why I started this YouTube video, to help people, realize that if they're toxic, they can change, and how to change it. If you want one-on-one counseling, I don't charge for this. I'm not a counselor. I didn't go to school for it, but I just read a lot, so I know a lot about the subject. But my phone number is on my channel. You can call me. We can talk. Whatever issues you're going through. I'll try to make 10, 20 minutes, 15 minutes to help you. I'll do that for free. I won't charge. But if you just need someone to talk to and listen to, I'm here. I'm not gonna go repeat whatever you tell me. Keep it to myself. But I think we all should help each other out a little bit. If you have someone that's toxic in your family, maybe you might wanna point them to the right direction as far as YouTube videos. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there that can help you with being toxic or negative. It's all together. Toxic, negative. It all ties in together with the same negative emotions. You got the positive emotions, which is happiness, content. Off the top, I just woke up, so off the top of my head, I really don't know a lot of words. But you get the point. You got your negative, you got your positive here, then you got your negative here. So some people say it's a yin yang. You need a little bit of negative, a little bit of positive. But your negative, you can get it through other means of media, like maybe watching a scary movie or listening to some rap music that's not all positive. You know what I mean? You can exhort your negativity through that channel, instead of putting it out there in the world. But you have any comments on this? I really don't have much to say about toxic people. Just try to help them out. If you got goals and directions you need to go, you kind of want to avoid them, because they will drain your time. They will drain your energy. They will put you down. Make a time for these people on your schedule, and then just leave it at that. Don't go on repeating what what they tell you. It's very important if someone tells you if someone needs to vent, just leave it at that. Close that. You know what I mean? Don't reopen it. Don't talk about it to anybody else. They go through a lot just to share this information with you. And if you go repeating it, it's going to go into the wrong hands, and they're going to repeat it differently. And before you know it, it's going to get back to them, and they're going to feel like they can't trust nobody. You know what I mean? You're not being a good friend if you're doing that. You want to be a good friend to people. Why? Because the day you die, you want people to go to your funeral and say that you were a good person. I guess I'll end this video like this. And God bless everyone. And hope you guys have a great day.